What is up, Scream fans? Welcome back to Final Girl. My name is Natasha, and in today's video, we will be discussing Roman Bridger, our very own whiny Scream 3 killer who turned out to be the mastermind behind the entire Scream franchise. I know a lot of people love to shit on Roman in Scream 3 because Roman was either too whiny or that they retcon Billy's motive. It's kinda awful setting with its many plot holes, toned down kills because of Columbine, and it's just a completely different tone from the rest. But despite all of that about Scream 3, I still find it watchable. I mean, it could have been a bad 80s horror sequel. After a while, you kind of get sick of the same plot, but just stay for the kills. And I know you guys remember those god-awful actors.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Most of them was just trying to get a check, honestly. But Aaron Kruger was onto something when he wrote the reveal for this movie. I personally like it. In fact, love it. Which brings me to why you clicked on this video. Roman is hella underrated. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, what? With that being said, here's 5 reasons why Roman is underrated. Let's begin. So over a year ago, I made a video ranking for my personal best Ghostface killers. Click here for that. With my favorite killer being the late great Roman Bridger, director.
And brother.
What? Roman, you say? Yes, Roman. I stand by it. I still feel the same way about my decision. First things first, the basics most people talk about in regards to Roman. He was a master manipulator. He convinced a teenage boy into doing his dirty work. That weak-ass magical voice changer he had. Like, you guys, I get it. Like, I really get it. Yeah, I get it. Terrible plot device. Terrible. Saw that past villains got shot and thought to wear a bulletproof vest. He was the fastest and most agile killer. He didn't need a second accomplice. He was the strongest killer. He took on freaking 6'3" Patrick Warburton and Liev Schreiber by himself. I mean, the man did it all. Roman was equally yoked with Sydney. Granted, Sid was just a random local, but then she turned into a complete badass random local. I mean, look at her, just whooping ass and shit. That's my Sydney.
It's your turn to scream, asshole.
Out of all of Sydney's showdowns, hers with Roman was the absolute best. Roman is the only one who actually kicked Sydney's ass. And no, I'm not counting Jill because she did that while Sydney was in stitches. Roman went hand-to-hand combat with Sid and won. None of the other killers did this, which is strange because Sydney is, again, a random local. But they didn't do this much damage to Sid, even with her getting stabbed in 2 of the movies. Whenever Ghostface feels like gunning up a couple people, they always seem to have some sort of well-thought-out plan to get away with. The more I think about it, the more I realize Roman got away with murder for years. He basically committed first-degree murder when he manipulated Billy into doing his dirty work. The dude managed to go by in fictional life unscathed for years. Even in the middle of his killing spree, nobody suspected a thing. I know Jill deserves a little credit for being the most strategic, but where did she get this from, huh? Where did she get this idea from? In fact, I like to say they both were equally smart with their plans, considering both only had one misstep, both involving them not counting on Sydney being as resilient as she is. So Roman was 16 years ahead of Jill in so many ways. Like I stated in my killer rankings, all Roman had to do after completing his task of killing Sid was kill the rest and stage his innocence. Which could have been so easy because of the stupid fucking voice changer he had. Like... You guys, like, bear with me here. Like, come on, Roman. Then the cops were stupid as fuck in these movies. Of course he was getting away with this shit. I also like to mention why he recruited Billy instead of doing it himself. It's simple. When you're an up-and-coming movie director, you wouldn't want something like murdering your mother on your profile, nor will you have one after it. Thus proving how strategic he is even further. Now this is going to be my biggest point in regards to Roman, so I'm going to talk about Billy for a sec. Roman may have been a huge crybaby, but so was Billy. In fact, he was a bigger crybaby than Roman. Roman had a tough life. He was adopted, his mother didn't want him, his father was a rapist, and Billy's mother was just going through a divorce. Yep. Just going through a divorce. If people can just look past the retconning Scream 3 did and look at the whole story that's been presented, it makes sense that Billy wasn't the mastermind behind why all this started. Come to think about it, how else could he have possibly known that Maureen was sleeping with his father? I doubt either parent sat down and explained the cause of the divorce. Hell, it seems like nobody else knew about the affair. It's always been implied that he was known that she was cheating with Cotton, but that no one knew of the affair with Billy's father, except those who were involved. I mean, Sid's dad didn't even know. I personally didn't believe a 17-year-old boy being smart enough to think of a plan of this magnitude on his own. Now, Roman may have gave him the plan to kill Maureen. That doesn't necessarily mean he gave him the plan to kill Sydney. Roman even admitted that in his reveal.
I had no idea they were gonna make a film of their own.
I don't believe it because he proved so literally in the first film by doing his own plan. Billy completely underestimated the situation. He should have known that trying to kill Sydney a year after killing her mother, stakes were going to be way higher. This was his sequel. Like, I always used to wonder why he went after Sydney when Sydney did literally nothing to him. She was just upset about her mother dying like any normal person who loves their mother would be. Then I recently watched Zach Cherry's 7 Deadly Ghostface video. He was describing how Billy was the wrath of the deadly sins. Something that stood out to me from what he said was how Billy deflected his rage onto Sydney. He was so concerned with Maureen that even in her death, it drove him to try and kill her daughter.
Say hello to your mother.
Which is another reason why his plan failed in the end. He was so driven by that rage, he didn't think his plan through clearly. He did not have all his defenses covered, because let's not forget, he had a priest Abaddon going on in Stu's kitchen, way too many witnesses lying around undead just popping up while he unfoils his plan, and an incompetent partner in Stu, who is kind of the reason why his plan failed in the first place.
I'm feeling woozy here.
At least with Maureen, there wasn't a lot he needed to get the job done, because he was guided throughout that plan. Which brings me to Roman. Billy probably should have reached out to him, and that way he could have been a little bit more successful. But since he didn't, it kind of proves my theory right, that Billy couldn't have thought of a plan he could get away with by himself. He created a legacy. You can't deny Roman his greatness, because he in fact created something that would probably live on until Sydney died. Or even beyond that, like remakes and reboots and shit. It's always some sick ass person ready to don the Ghostface costume and start a killing spree. Not only did he influence baby boomers, Gen X, and millennials, he has now gone on to influence Gen Z. So no Roman equals no Scream, Scream 2, 4, or 5 for that matter. Fingers crossed, I'm hoping 5 is amazing. Like, I know it's gonna be released in January, the terrible horror movie month. Like, bitch, if it's bad, I'm gonna be so mad. Ooh, I'm gonna be so mad. Like, I'm gonna be so mad. Now, in no way am I trying to make Scream 3 as the best Scream movie, because I know it's not. We all know it's not. Scream 3 is lower tier when it comes to the franchise. We all know that the original Scream is the best. I just know how to separate the killers from the movie, and better movie doesn't mean better killers. Thanks so much, you guys, for watching this video. Hopefully I persuaded some people to come to the dark side with us Roman shippers. If not, it's okay. We all got different opinions. I just noticed no one ever really makes a video about Roman. It's always about Billy and Stu, but mostly Billy, since he's so, hot or whatever. The gals are lusting over, Billy. Honestly, I don't get it, y'all. Billy looks like he is just very finished in 2 minutes. But Stu, though, bitch, Stu can get it. His crazy ass. Just imagine that in the bedroom. Like, I'm here for it. Yeah. Stab this. But let me know in the comments what you guys and girls think. Bye-bye.